So today I'm going to be using a palette knife technique, and I'm going to be using acrylic paint, neat, so there's no water involved apart from when I want to wash off my knives. As you can see, I've started the sky with this really deep blue. I've mixed in a little bit of black just to give it a really dark tone. So as we come down the painting, I'm going to be adding a bit more light blue, and then it'll be nice and bright in the middle. So I'm just going to carry that on. So I'm just going to grab my knife and try to work it upwards. Grab some more paint. There we go. When it starts to feel like it's sort of dragging a bit, like it kind of is now, it means I'm starting to run out of paint. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more and keep working down. So I've got my dark blue up here, so in this next layer I'm just going to add some medium blue as we go, and because it's still wet I can blend it in quite easily. Just like that. Sorry if the scratching's a bit loud. Okay, I'm just going to start adding some light blue. So this is actually more of a sky blue that I'm mixing in with it. And I don't know if you can see on the knife, probably not, there's a little bit of light blue in there. So you put it on the canvas, you can see this different layers. Kind of looks like the ocean at the moment. Sorry about that. Let's add some light blue, I think, now. So I'm just going to change my knife over and mix it up a bit. Just see this gradual progression of colour. What I try to do is drag it down till it fades out, and then I add my next layer, so it's easier to blend. Okay, so it's looking quite nice. I'm liking that. So by mixing two colours together you can actually get some really nice effects when you're painting with knives. So if you just do a sweep across, you can see there's different tones of blue in there. That's what I really like. Okay. This canvas is about A2 sized, so it's quite a big canvas, so this will probably take me quite a while to actually finish off. If any of my viewers out there are interested in purchasing this piece when it's finished, I will be doing a art auction video for it, so if you want to buy this piece, I will be posting details next week and you can maybe bid for it. So let me know if you like that idea. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on the sky and work it down to about nearly halfway. Now I'm just going to carry on. So we've got our dark coming to light, and I've just loaded up my knife with some light blue and mid blue. So I'm just going to slowly progress downwards. Load up my knife with some more and just slowly make my way down. Oh. I'm actually going to move those out of the way so I don't knock them over. Okay. And come over to this corner. Drag the knife slowly down. You'll notice I'm constantly turning my knife because I have one colour on one side and one on the other. That way I can blend the two together more easily. But you can clearly see the transition from light up to the dark at the top. Now, my main foreground is going to be white and grey, so I don't want to make the bottom part of my painting too light, otherwise the foreground won't stand out and you won't be able to see what I'm trying to paint. you down. Ooh, a little bit too much paint on that one. Now this is going to take quite a few hours to dry, so once I've done my background I'm going to let it dry for a good few hours, possibly overnight, and then I will come back and start on the foreground. Switch to my other knife, just so I can blend it a bit better. That one's got my mid-blue, so just where the line starts to get lighter, I'm just going to blend this in a little bit. There we go, that's better. So now the lines are a bit more blurred as to where the light starts. Okay, lovely. Switch back to my lighter knife. I apologise if you can hear my neighbours, they have their TV unfortunately very loud, so I hope it doesn't pick up on the audio too much. Okay, so now we've got our light transition. I'm just going to finish this light part off and then we can get to the exciting part, which is painting the foreground. So I shall see you in a moment. So here we have my finished background, and on camera it actually looks a little bit lighter than it does in real life. The transitions a lot better. In this middle section here it is actually a little bit darker, so it's not quite as light on the camera. It looks like it's light here, but it actually starts to get light about here rather than up here. So now that's all ready and it's touch dry mostly. I'm going to start painting my foreground. Okay, so we're ready for the foreground, and I'm going to switch to regular paintbrushes now. I've got a 8 and a 9, so I think I'm going to use the 9, and I'm going to use the same acrylic paint I was using on my foreground, but I'm actually going to mix a bit of water in there just so it's easier and more fluid to work with. So I'm going to take some of this brilliant white and mix a little bit of the black, so it's kind of an off grey. Just give it a good mix. And there we go, right, that's the kind of colour I want. Add a little bit of water, and I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. how long it takes you to guess what I'm painting. Okay, so the angle is a little bit awkward at the bottom, but as we come up, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm just going to grab some more of that grey and drag that up. So because the canvas is sort of touch dry, it is blending with the blue in the background, which is actually what I want, because I'm going to use that as part of my shader. So just drag this up. Like so. Starting to lose the light a little. The sun's just setting, so I can't work too slowly. Okay. Grab a little bit more of the grey. Just move that to one side. It's better, drag that down. So I'm just changing over brushes. Okay. And then I'm going to split off. So I'm just going to drag this up a little bit further. And then just like that. Dragging some of that blue with it. Just drag it further up. Like that. I'm going to have a little friend go off this way. Like so. We're going to have a big main guy in the middle here. Grab some more grey and paint him in there. So I've got my main trunk in here, and I'm now going to switch over to some smaller brushes so that I can get the details that I need. So let's have a look. I think I'm going to go with this little guy, and he is a number 6. Grab some white. just going to start splitting the branches off. Get an even thinner brush, and there we go. That. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on for a little bit and try and add some more detail to these in a moment. As you can see, we have all of my branches on this side now. It's a lot different to the last part of the video. This whole side actually took me 2 hours to paint, and it still needs another coat, I think, of white, just to make it pop a little. But it will just give you an idea of what the finished tree might look like. So I'm just going to add a little bit of white to some of the more pale branches, and now it's completely dry, it will actually be easier for me to paint the other side. I've also added in some snowflakes, or some snow in white, just like so. So I'm going to try and add a few bits to this side now. So overall this painting's taken me about 3.5–4 hours so far, so it's quite a long piece, but it's worth it, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's fully finished. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this, and if you'd like me to continue doing more painting videos. I know that quite a few of my regulars have asked for more of these, so I will try and make the time to do more videos like this. So I'm using a number 2 brush. It's really small, just to get the thinner branches that I need. And if you've seen my how to draw a tree video, you'll notice that I'm using the rule of 3. So 1 branch, and you split it off again, so you create 3, and then each individual branch you split off again by 3. If you haven't seen that video, I would advise you go check it out. trees, that is. I'm trying to tail some of these off a little bit. We'll branch this one off next. Ooh. Need a bit more paint on that one. I think I'm actually going to mix a little bit of grey. I think. Okay. Just want to fill out this branch a bit more, because this is our main branch from this part of the tree. I'm still undecided as to if I want to put snow on this tree. I'm not sure whether I should just leave the snow in the background maybe. What do you guys think? There we go, lots of little friends for our branch. Okay, so you can see how you can quite easily build up your painting. Okay, so we've got a good start on this side. Might actually add another one in here, I think. Just a little wispy thing in the middle. Okay, lovely. So I'm just going to finish off the rest of these branches for you, so you can see what the tree looks like when it's nearly finished. And then we can add our last touches and we'll be done. Okay, so I shall see you in a moment. Here we have our completed tree. So as you can see, I finished off doing all the branches. I've added some snow around the painting, and at the bottom here I've added some rocks and some grass and a little bit of snow just to show the ground. So the final and last stage of this painting is going to involve glow-in-the-dark paint. So I have some here, and I'm just going to shake it up a little so that the glow effect moves around and gets distributed evenly. Now it looks kind of yellowy, but I'm only putting a thin layer on, so it will be quite clear, so I don't have to worry about it colouring my painting. So I just want to use a little bit on a brush, and I'm going to pick out some highlight areas. So you can't see the glow-in-the-dark paint until you actually turn the lights off. So when it's finished, I will take some pictures for you all so you can see how it glows. Down there. Like so. And do a little bit on the trunk. Just that side. Okay. I'm not going to paint every individual branch with it, just a few. Just the major branches, really the big ones. Okay. And I'm going to pick up a bit more, and I'm actually going to try and paint lightly over the snowflakes. Make sure I don't miss any. Okay, and the ones to this side. Okay. And now at the top. Grab a bit more. I think that is all of them. Just try to blend it out a bit more. And there we have it. That is our completed winter tree. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye byes.